Yes, welcome, guys. Welcome once again. So, in the last episode, we looked at pivot, how to create this from this data too. So, guys, let's continue from where we stopped. So, here we're going to add the new data. We're going to add, for example, apples. We have Nigeria. We create 42143. These are demo numbers, like I earlier said. West Africa. So you see here Nigeria is 65,971. So let's refresh to add the new numbers. You can also come here to pivot table analyze and click on refresh. Did you observe that the numbers did not change? It is still 65,971. However, if you come here, you would notice that Nigeria on countries, Nigeria is 108,114. But from here, 65,971, even we've refreshed. So what could have been the reason? So if you come to pivot table analyze, you click on change data source and say change data source, you would observe that the data we selected was from the beginning to this area. That was what was selected, which means that for every new addition sales, it will not capture it. So I would always advise that when you want to do a pivot table, it's advisable to, so for this, how do we fix this? It's advisable to do this when selecting pivot table. Don't select this. Don't do this. People do this a lot, and now select down, you know, and now select down to the end. I would say it's not always advisable because in case you have a new data, it won't capture it. So I would always advise you use the column. So you select the column instead. So you select column A, column B, you see column C, column D, as you've seen here. This is a better. You should select the column. So in case you have a new data, it would work. So now, once you refresh now, you will see that it will capture the new changes. So Nigeria here is now 108,114. Now, there are two ways again to do this. In case you don't like to use this to select and you like to use this, I would advise you can convert this info to a table. How do you convert to a table? Now, once you use a table in your data, for every input you make, it will be automatically refreshing. So, what am I trying to say? Is this you don't need to once you come out, we'll change this to a table. Now let's do that here. So you select this and you select to the end, then you go to format as table and we use this as a case study. So you can see it's changed. You can change it to any format of your choice, but we'll use the default all. Now, so you will notice here that let's use let's which country can we use? Let's use Benin, for example. Benin here is 49,993. Now you observe that if we use, for example, citrus, for example, let's see, let's use avocado, 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 and we use Benin. Now Benin, we'll use another number, maybe say 21312. That's in West Africa. So once we just refresh, it comes here. You notice that we did not come to pivot table design to say change data source. We did not, because this is a table. So table is an automated thing that, for everything you do, it refreshes, it captures that. It's an automated selected range. So that's why tables are always lovely. Now, most times, once you are done with your table and you want to send this report to the end user, not everyone knows how to use a table because of some special things that you need to know. But we'll look at that later. So, based on my experience, most people would always say they don't like using tables. So, what I do at the end of it, I just click here, I go to table design, and I convert it to range. So this would already convert it to normal table that we were using before. Also, what you also need, one thing you also need to know is paint. So most time when you see a pivot table like this, sometimes the right paint does not show. So you can always right click and you see, click on show field list. You will see the show field list. If you're not using it, you can just click on close. Then also remember to add your blanks in it. So, guys, if there are any questions, please feel free to ask and I'll get back to you. So, what we learned on this episode today, we looked at, how to add, the new data, and how to modify our pivot table. One thing we'll also look at in the next episode, we'll look at how to make charts and graphs with our data. So, guys, thank you so much for your time. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.